Back in the Savage Kitchen with Scott Savage and a special guest, executive pastry chef Jeremy Garcia. Something very summery, and if you like lemon, boy, lemon curd sounds good, but how do you make it?
Oh, it's really easy to do, actually.
Easy is good.
You can pump out a good amount of this in like not a whole lot of time. So the main ingredients we got about 8-9 ounces of just regular unsalted butter, 2 and about 1/4 cups of granulated sugar, 1 full cup of lemon juice. And because we're using the lemon zest to make this lemon curd, you can go ahead and use pre-juice, like just lemon juice you buy from the store.
Like in a big bottle.
Yeah, that's fine. So you don't have to worry about juicing off a whole bunch of lemons, whatever, to get that fresh juice.
That might be fun.
Now, I mean, if you do, you're going to get great flavor, but you don't have to worry about it.
And your hands are going to smell great. Okay, now you just
Hope you don't have cuts.
Yeah.
You just mentioned lemon zesting.
Yes.
Somebody who's not so versed in the kitchen might say, well, what does that mean?
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're basically taking off the very outer part of the rind of the lemon, and that's got all those essential oils in there, which is going to give that curd that really intense lemon flavor. Now, if you don't have something like this, like this is called a microplane, and it gets us a really nice zest, you can just use a cheese grater. Really easy to do. You're going to want to strain out.
You'll end up
that
with bigger
zest.
pieces
Yeah.
if you use one of these.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you really don't want the white of that, though, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just want the yellow part, because the white will turn bitter. It'll
Yeah.
give you a bitter flavor. It's not as much as the, the lemon flavor, but it'll turn it a little bitter.
Okay,
So
that's good to know.
Not the white.
No
Yeah.
white.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so where are we starting with, Jeremy?
Okay.
Got some sugar.
So
and
the first thing you're going to want to do is heat up the butter, the lemon juice, and we're going to heat up about half of the sugar. So we're just going to combine all these in a pot.
all right. This is my job.
So you said half the sugar, but all of the lemon juice?
Yes.
And then you'll go back and then you'll add the second half of the sugar once
Yeah.
you have added the lemon zest to that sugar?
Yes. Yeah, what we're going to be doing is making what they call a liaison. So we're going to combine the eggs, the whole eggs, and the sugar. We're going to whip those together, and then we
Yeah,
can
but I want a
temper
little
in.
over.
Oh, that's fine. We can temper in the hot butter and lemon juice into the curd, and then once we put it back on the stove, it's going to be nice and ready and hot to go, so we can finish cooking with the stove.
Okay, and remind us again, how many eggs for this
So
recipe?
we got just 6 whole eggs.
6 whole eggs.
Yeah. So what we're going to do with these lemons, to zest it, you just run it on there, and all we're taking off is that yellow.
And so you're
Right
turning,
there.
I don't know if you can see this at home, but you're turning that
Yeah.
lemon as you do it.
And so as you can see, we're getting that white part underneath. We don't want that. We just want this outer yellow part,
Yep.
and that's all going into the sugar. And the reason I'm doing it into the sugar rather than just the pot is we can actually rub the lemon zest into the sugar, and it's going to help pull out even more of those oils and make the zest even stronger.
Do you need to wash your lemons before you do this? Would you rather have them
I would rinse them off.
rinse them off? Okay.
And they're actually going to zest easier if they're nice and cold. As far as juicing, you want to juice warm fruit, but if you're putting zest off of something, you want it nice and cold, because then it's nice and firm.
Yep.
And it's easier to get that zest off.
That
So you can
smells
already
amazing.
smell that lemon flavor. It's so strong.
It smells all the way over here. Then again, I
Even,
might
even
just
if you
smell
don't
lemon juice.
end up making the lemon curd, you might just get some lemons and just zest them because it smells so, so nice.
Exactly. There we go. So we got all that zest off of there. And then what I'm going to do is just rub
Work it in with your
my
hands.
fingers and that lemon zest with there. And
Wow,
it's
you
just
should-
it's gonna start to color the sugar yellow because
Right,
those oils
the-
are gonna start to come out.
And the essence of the lemon is even more intense now than when you were just
Yeah.
zesting it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's remarkable.
And Jeremy, with this, I'm basically just melting this to dissolve the sugars right now, right?
Yes. Yeah. And then we're also gonna be we want to get it to close to a boiling point because that makes the final cooking of the curd go even faster. If you just mix all of this in a pot and just go from the bottom, you're gonna have to keep stirring it throughout the entire process of heating it up. Whereas if we heat up like the lemon juice and the butter, we don't have to really worry too much about stirring as much. Once we add the eggs when it's hot, it makes our final cooking time where we have to be over the stove really, really short.
Oh, good.
So it makes it a lot easier. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and just add all these eggs here. Oops. No,
Not the shells.
No shells. You don't want that.
Yeah, crunchy curd has not caught on, has it?
Exactly.
Okay, so Jeremy, I'm coming to a slight boil around the
That's
outside
good.
here.
So you can go ahead and pull that off the
See.
heat. We're almost ready.
Room
So we're
temperature
gonna go
eggs,
back
cold
on,
eggs,
though.
does it matter?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Because that sauce is so hot, it's going to heat them up pretty fast. And we just want to break these up, get it nice and mixed in there.
Never put your hot pan on a cutting board. Either.
Yeah, that would
no
be
cutting
bad.
board stains it. It's not good.
So what the process we're doing here is called tempering. If I pour all this into that hot stuff right there, I'm going to partially curdle those eggs. You're going to have scrambled egg curd, and it's not very tasty. So you want to add just a little bit of the
At a
lemon
time?
juice to there.
Yep.
Yeah, just to kind of heat this up, bring it up to temperature, and then we can pour it all back in the pot.
Okay,
and we're
so
good to go.
in increments, not all at once.
Yeah, so Chef, if you want to start pouring that in
Want
there.
to try to ladle it in there, or do you just want me
You
to?
can just pour it.
I'm gonna. That's all right.
You got it. There we go. That's good.
A little more or no?
Yeah, a little bit more. There we go. Okay, you can have the rest of it now.
And again, one of
ahead
the
and pour.
kind of one of the themes on the Savage Kitchen, Scott, that we've kind of come across in past episodes is the simplicity of some of these recipes.
Exactly.
Very few ingredients and very limited amounts of time to make your final product, and this is a great example of that.
Yeah. Like we're doing is, I mean, this is something that Jeremy does here at the Cliff Hut. You know, he uses this in his cooking, so
Oh, yeah.
this is something that you can do at home, and that's the main purpose of the Savage Kitchen, is to show you guys that you can do this at home.
Okay, so what would a curd be used for somebody sitting at home? Say, okay, you showed me how to make it. What the heck do I use it for?
Okay, so well, what Chef's doing right now is he's gonna put it back on the flame. He's gonna start heating that up, bring it to almost to a boiling point, and it's gonna
Okay.
thicken up. And then we gotta cool it down. And it's ready to go. But you can use it as a sauce. You can pour it. You can serve it with maybe some fresh raspberries, like in a tart. If you want to make a really fast lemon meringue pie and you've got your lemon curd already made, just get a pre-baked pie shell, spread that lemon curd in there, put some fresh meringue on there, and it's gonna be one of the best lemon tarts you've ever had.
Great summertime dish.
Yeah, you can maybe mix a little bit of it with some whipped heavy cream. You're gonna have a lemon mousse. You can serve that with some raspberries, maybe some shortcake. You got another zesty dessert there.
Well, I'm
You
sure
can
all
pour
the
it over
audience
cheesecake,
now, including
use it as
yours
a cake
truly, is
filling.
dessert.
Oh, yeah.
We're all salivating.
But yeah, it's great because this recipe is going to give you about 4 cups total of cooked lemon curd, and it's going to store in the fridge for about 1.5, maybe 2 weeks or so. And if you let that lemon zest sit in there, it's going to get even stronger the longer you
So
let it
this
sit.
isn't something you have to use right away. You could
No.
make this on a Friday, and then if you need it on Sunday, you can use it. If you
Yeah.
need it during the week, the following week, you can use it then.
Is it freezable?
Yeah, it is. I have frozen it before, and as long as you just give it a little bit of time to thaw out, nice and ready to go.
Okay,
and
that's
it's
good to
actually
know.
going to be pretty thick. Once you cool it down, all that butter is going to set up, and it's going to give you a really nice, thick, almost spreadable curd.
Wow.
It's like we're trying to get it up there so they can kind of see, but they'll see in our final food shot, they'll see the final product. So
Yeah. But that's it. And then once you start seeing a couple bubbles rise, when it's starting to boil, that's when you're going to want to pull it off. And you'll see it start
Sure.
to thicken. You don't want to boil it, or else you're going to curdle those eggs. You're going to get that scrambled egg flavor again. So you just want to keep an
So
eye
you
on
can
it.
kind
and
of see
they'll
that
start to thicken.
it's thickening up right now. It's,
Okay, so lower heat for longer is better than high heat at
Yeah.
all.
as we
Yeah.
talk about, I'm on high heat.
And you can do high heat as long as you're really
I'm
vigilant and
stirring.
stirring
Yep.
as fast as you can.
Okay. All right, lemon curd, and if nothing else, just the smell that this production has created is worth the recipe alone. Jeremy, thanks for the expertise. Scott, as always,
Thank you.
enjoy.